Hi, I'm Nick Shell. You know, yesterday I was thinking maybe I should have been a lawyer. But really, maybe I should have been an actor, you know? Maybe that's what I should have done after college. But it's not something I realized at the time, but that's why I make these videos as a supplement to the actual stuff I do. I mean, I don't know if no one has ever done this. I've only had any views on my other stuff that I produce theatrically. But I've got those other two series that I always talk about, but no one ever watches, called Uncle Nick's Enchanted Forest. There's like 27 episodes of this show. And then there's also Jackman, which is my comic book series. So if you watch those shows, you'll see me in several different theatrical roles. And I love doing it. And I obviously create all that. I write it, I produce it, I direct it, I edit it, I do all that, and I love it. Maybe I should have been an actor. Maybe I missed my calling. Maybe 10 years ago I should have moved to Los Angeles and tried to do that. But I think the problem with it, and well, one of the problems with that is that obviously, and I don't know if you've picked up on this, but by default, I'm a clean guy. Have you noticed that I never curse? I never say anything inappropriate, anything that would be beyond rated PG. You know, and I've got several reasons for that, but ultimately, and I think this was what would hurt me if I had become an actor, is my Christian beliefs, because I think that those would oppose me being able to really get into acting, because obviously, and I know there's like double standards here involved, but it's ultimately like, well, I wouldn't want to be cursing and stuff, and like, what words would you say, what words would you not say? And then there's like, I don't know, that would be weird if you're married too and then you're kissing someone else's wife. That seems weird. There's these bedroom scenes, all this stuff that, I get it, it's real life and it's part of the story and all that, but it would be hard for me to sort all that out. Yet what's funny is, what if you played like a drug dealer on a show on AMC where you are dealing drugs and you're murdering people, but yet you won't curse? So there's all these double standards involved. And I know that may sound like I'm overthinking it, but I know also I have my blog, Family Friendly Daddy blog, and I did a blog post a couple years ago talking about, as far as Christians acting, what exactly is the double standard? Where does it stop becoming acting and it starts to become the actual wrongdoing? I mean, for example, and we could, for lack of a better example, we could say the same thing with pornography. I mean, or those bedroom scenes in the R-rated movies, whatever it is. Where do you draw the line with acting versus the actual act? And so it's funny, you could play a murderer or a drug dealer on a movie, and as a Christian, I don't think anyone would think too much about it. But if you said some kind of minor profanity, they probably would say something about it. So I think that has more to do with the subculture of Christianity. And I'm not saying that you couldn't be an actor and say a word or whatever and it be a bad thing, because again, I get that that's real life. But I think ultimately, here's why I'm saying all this. I think ultimately I realize that's why I do those other shows, again, that no one watches. But I hope that one day that one of my series that I create and put on here can actually get somewhere. Because I think truly I am a theatrical person. I think I have a personality where I can talk about seemingly nothing and it's going to be engaging to somebody. Now, granted, if I talk about receding hairlines, that's the most engaging thing. But as you can look at any of the videos, you look at my top videos, it's always going to be about that. But ultimately, I definitely am part actor. And I think that's why I made the video yesterday, talking about maybe I missed my calling as a lawyer, because I think there's a lot of acting involved there. Again, I have nothing bad to say about bad about lawyers, but I'm just saying there's definitely something theatrical about it. You have to be able to really understand psychology and emotional intelligence to do all that, whether it's acting or being a lawyer. So it's funny, it's like the way my life turned out. I went to college, I got a degree in English, I have a good job, I mean, as good as everybody else's, at least, you know, and my wife and I make a good living. But especially as a man, you always think, but how could I do more? And so then as a man, you start thinking, well, if I would have done this 10 years ago, then maybe I could have been doing this today, and this is how my life could be better. But ultimately, it's a matter of moving forward. What can I really do to grow this kingdom? So this is ultimately me thinking out loud. This is behind the scenes stuff about my YouTube stuff. But ultimately, I recognize that I've spent a lot of time, a lot of creative powers in my other shows. Again, Uncle Nick's Enchanted Forest, which no one watches, and also Jackman. No one watches those. But if they ever were, they were able to see what I'm capable of. But just because I am capable of it doesn't mean that the right people have seen it. And all I know is to keep doing that, and to keep producing content to show the world that I could at least be a host. I could do something where I could be entertaining people. So I'm going to keep trying. This is all I know to do. I mean, last May, I've had my YouTube channel for years now, but I didn't really start doing videos until last May. And ever since then, I've just kind of been playing around, like just experimenting with different videos and different concepts. See, these casual videos that I don't practice for at all are the ones getting all the hits, whereas my series hardly get any hits. So, but I just want to keep creating content and see where that gets me, because I want to do something bigger, and I know I've got the talents to do it. I just don't know what it is, and that's probably a pretty universal thing, not just for men, but for women as well. Knowing that you have talents and abilities, but you're not being utilized. And for me, you know me, I don't have a victim mentality, so it's not a matter of, well, no one appreciates me, I'm capable of so much more. You know, that's never something I would say or think. Instead, I think, what can I do to get my talents and abilities out there for everybody to see? That's the way I look at it. So those are my deep thoughts today. Maybe I should have been an actor. Maybe I should have been a lawyer. Maybe tomorrow I'll make another video about what I should have been. I don't know. But if I think it, I'm going to make a video and someone might watch it. I'm Nick Shell.